Can I fly it in the dark? Great. Can you fly a drone in the dark? No. So there you go. There's a great example. So as I said, New Zealand's fantastic for flying drones, but there are some simple rules that we have to abide by with AirShare, following that guideline and that as well. And yes, every drone has a warranty factor on it, but it has to be in line of sight. So line of sight is about 300 meters, okay? Very, very important to understand that. So if you're taking your drone out 750 meters, something goes wrong and then you're ringing the guy saying, hey, there's something happened. Well, what happened? I don't know, I couldn't see it. It's at 750 meters. Yeah, I can't see past, I'm barely able to see 300 meters. So imagine that on a cloudy day with grey. It's not going to be the easiest thing to see. So keep it in line of sight. 300 meters is usually the warranty for all drones in New Zealand, just to give you a heads up. Condor drones as well. So one time I saw about 4 Condor drones in Kawakawa. People decided they wanted to fly at the same time, and we were talking about magnetic interference. Yes, another drone can cause magnetic interference, okay? Camper vans, Wi-Fi towers, another drone. In my case, what I saw was 3 or 4. That can cause a bit of an issue. Camper vans, and I don't mean to be rude, but does anyone have a placemaker here? Placemakers can be your worst enemy as well. They can interfere with your drone, or your drone can interfere with your placemaker, just to give you a heads up if you don't know that one.
The other thing as well to note is that we do recommend bringing your drone in for a service. People kind of ask us what's the best time to actually know when to actually service a drone. That depends on how often you fly. For most of you, once a season is fine. I did have a drone that came back recently and it had 12,000 flights for one drone, and it was only 4 years old. For a drone of that caliber, we recommend probably once every 2 to 3 months, okay? But for most of you, I'm hoping that you're not flying it that frequently, but otherwise, if you are, I hope you're getting some good catches. So for most of you, once a season will be suffice for servicing.
So when I'm drone fishing, how I plan my day when I go out for a fish, I realise, I just work out where I'm going to go fishing. The first thing I do is work out the tides. When's what tide is going to happen on the west or east coast. The west coast, as I said, I prefer to fish high tide or slack tide on the outgoing. I don't like incoming because there's too much whitewash on the west coast. It's just a personal thing with me. On the east coast, I like to do the 2 hours before and 2 hours after high tide. It works very well, but I find that I'm using more hooks. The bite rate for me, depending where you are, isn't as good as the west coast. Saying that, I met a gentleman last year, he came to see me. We went out to a beach out there. We only did one set with 3 hooks. We caught a 64, and then on the second cast, Mike caught a 42. And that was game over for me. I decided, no, that's enough fish. But so sometimes the rule of thumb can change on the day. So depends on the day, the tide, and that beach was phenomenal. We only went out 300 meters and the hookup rate was unbelievable. So it can be directly different depending where you are on the coast. I find Burrentown quite interesting with the amount of water there, and certain parts of that beach produce either gurnet or snapper. But as I work my way down to Pakatane or around Opunoni and all those, man, you guys are so lucky. Thinking about moving here one day, I'm available for lessons if you want my number in there as well. So yes, so just to give you a heads up on that. But I checked, I'm a person that also checks the moon phase. Some people are not into that, but I am, because it just helps me work out a good day, how I'm going to approach it. I prefer early in the morning, change the light. It always does well for me. I like to get that job over and done with before 9 o'clock so I can get home and do everything else I can do as well. I've done a couple of YouTube videos on applications I use when going out drone fishing, and they are on our the website over there on Alias Drone Fishing, or on, I think they're still up on Paul's Fishing, I think the videos might be still up, and how we approach drone fishing as well. But at the end of the day, I do recommend keep the fishing simple. Don't overcomplicate it with all the bells and whistles, sometimes what you see. Because remember, if you are by yourself and you are flying a drone, you've got a rod to deal with. So try and keep everything simple. Keep the baiting simple, just keep your whole system simple. Safety is a real big one with me because I know what can go wrong if you miss something. And it happens so fast, it can be quite scary. Like for instance, you know, you decided you wanted to go out to a certain spot, but as the drone's going up and out, it's one of the most busiest beaches in Whakatane. And next thing you know, your line's going up and then it's wrapping around a poor little dog. So what I say to that is keep it simple and be observant where you are. You know, keep your eyes open because you are flying a drone and you are responsible as well. But these people, public, have all the rights to use it, but you just got to keep aware and think ahead. I'm also aware that people like to ask you questions when your drone's up in the air, which is really nice. Obviously, they're taking TikToks of you while you're flying your drone out. You're doing it right, you know, that's nice. But I do give a word of advice, concentrate on your drone. If people want to ask you questions or, you know, try to interrupt you, just say, hey, would you mind? I just want to concentrate on waiting for my drone to come back. I want to set my line. Once that's all done, then we can maybe have a talk. But until then, don't take the focus off the drone because your main focus is on that drone. It's all about safety. Don't put the remote down. Only put it down when that drone's come back and landed and turned off. That's very, very important. Same with when you're going camping, motor campers and all that. An absolute awesome thing to do is have a drone flying around. But remember, there is a certain distance you need to be away from a camper van if it's got satellites or Wi-Fi. I tend to be at least 50 meters plus. So another scenario, while you're drone fishing, you might have 10 people here and 10 people here starting to watch you because you're doing an absolutely awesome job. Problem about that is they've all got their phones out trying to do this business. And that can be fantastic, but the problem is it could also cause a little bit of an issue there. So what I do is I walk forward with my drone towards the beach, get away from that and just fly my drone. It's all about safety first.